Ladies and gentlemen, we have major Category 3 Hurricane Rafael about to hit the western portion of Cuba with 110 mile per hour wind speeds and a pressure at about 960 millibars. And this hurricane is really weird. It is supposed to just enter the Gulf, and then it is predicted to totally dissipate, which would be great if you're in the USA. Like, as of right now, the models are projecting it to get deported to Mexico from the Gulf. And I want to say again, I don't think 20 million illegal aliens will be deported. I think they will be given a fast track to citizenship and tax paying and baby making. All right. You don't have to agree with me. Remember, I stay in the middle and I have my own opinions. But yeah, I would totally, absolutely keep your eyes on this thing. Anywhere from, just in the Gulf, and especially in Mexico and the Yucatan Peninsula. I like to be overly optimistic while overdoing it on defense. It's a strange way to live, I know. But yeah, so right now it says it's going to major, and then it's going to turn just into a hurricane, and it's going to start to lose strength, and then evaporate in the Gulf. Which is weird, because the Gulf is usually a hurricane intensifier, but we don't usually get hurricanes in the Gulf in November. And so we've gone from being on high alert about up to 3 different hurricanes, and now we may get only this one, and it may do a little bit of nothing. But still, wouldn't let your guard fully down. Oh yeah, sorry, it took me 2 minutes to get to the red alert in the title of the video, and that is for Georgia and South Carolina, from Macon to Dublin to Troycan and Augusta. Red is serious flood risk. And I will say this, my 12-year anniversary for Thor News is coming up in like 17 days. And the thing is, I've done a pretty good job for the most part of staying in the center while getting along with Republicans and Democrats, which I think is what a good planetary defense commander should do, All right, but how weird is this, y'all? Hurricane and snow in Texas at the same time. Or not. Yeah, that's snow, man. That's so cool. Mother Nature's so wild. Remember, as I've been saying, no matter who wins president, I have a feeling 2025, 2026 are still going to be challenging on a whole lot of levels. So please stay cool and do what you can to help us avoid World War III. We've had a pretty wild looking comet meteor last night. Almost looks like a spaceship, because usually these things flash pretty early. And then boom, they have 2 booms. And this was over Norway. And when the sun acts weird, Earth weather acts weird, and people kind of lose their minds. We just had another X-class flare that looks like it might have some geoeffective components, especially if it has a CME. So you've been warned. Also, I now only have to drive 18 miles to non-criminally smoke marijuana, as long as hypothetically I had less than 4 ounces, and 3.9 ounces of marijuana is a shit ton. So this is pretty cool, in my opinion, if you're into that type of shit. And I want to say that, like, yo, y'all have a super great weekend. But it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Bitcoin hitting all new high. And it does seem that Trump winning the popular vote and the electoral vote is a mandate saying You know what? Technically, it's natural for men in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and even 90s to be attracted to women in their 20s. I know. You might disagree with that, though. I'm fat and not a millionaire, so technically I don't really have to worry about dating anybody. But, it also seems like it's a mandate where Americans were like, you know what? We want to get to the artificial general intelligence singularity as soon as possible. We want 5 billion robots on Earth, which I think will be interesting, but we are entering the age of Aquarius in 13 days. After, 16 years in Capricorn? All right. And I'm pretty relieved I don't have to worry about a civil war, And both candidates, Trump and Kamala, said they were going to legalize marijuana. So welcome to the future. May it hopefully include world peace, lots of rock and roll, and the peak of sitcoms and great movies. And people on Earth having fun. Stay cool, and God bless everyone.